Imagine this, you are standing in front of a cluttered drawer filled with items, unsure of what you might discover hidden within its depths. And it's a scene that many of us can relate to. Before that hesitation, before that uncertainty, before you confront the chaos within. In that cluttered drawer lies a metaphor that reflects our own journey towards self-discovery, often involving us confronting those deep shadows that reside within us. And this is the energy that we are in right now, the energy of revelation, of things coming to light, things being illuminated that we couldn't see before, that we couldn't see earlier, or us coming face to face with things that we find uncomfortable, something that we've suppressed, neglected, or something that we just keep putting off. All of this is coming up to the surface, but I want you to know that it's through this portal of darkness that will lead you to new beginnings. And know this, that these energies that we are moving through are guiding you to connect with what's hidden, to finally come face to face with what you've been putting off. And this could be, for example, a pattern or a way that we have been in our life that we keep repeating. And so it's coming up again that you can finally get to break free from here, as it's a time of culmination, of endings, of completion and fullness. And all of this stuff that we are going through, it's not there to punish us or to make us feel bad, even though at times it can feel like that the universe has thrown everything off balance, but it's doing so in order to restore balance at a higher level and to transform you from within. It's that alchemical transformation of the self. Therefore, it's a profound, sacred time to address the old wounds that we have been carrying, those hidden, deep emotions, that trauma, patterns and triggers, all these things that we have been putting off are now surfacing. And if you want the outside to change, to bring forward those seeds of intentions that you planted, it starts by looking within yourself. Because I want you to remember that it's a big year of shifting from the inside out. It's not symptom fixing, but getting to the root cause that will set you free and put you on the trajectory of your highest timeline. So eventually you have to get into that messy drawer to find that thing, a part of yourself that you are searching for, because you know that it's something that you just can't avoid, and you know that it's in there, beyond the shadows, through the doors, through that portal of darkness, through that mess in the drawer. Basically, the version of you that you are trying to awaken is inside of you, underneath the layers of the old consciousness, the conditioning, the pain and the hurt. And perhaps hidden in the depths of your psyche. It's like an investigation of the self, and this is the energy that we are in right now. And I want you to take it as a sign that the universe is giving you the keys to your soul, and your job is to trust the process. Your job is to get yourself at a state where you can accept what you're having to face. And in a way, it might be good to see the darkness, the shadow aspects, the crisis that you're in, like a teacher or like a divine guiding light, with this knowing and belief that this is not the end, but a rebirth, an opportunity for you to align with your highest purpose. Now, a message that I received during a meditation a few years ago when I was going through a dark period in my life and at the same time being catapulted onto my spiritual awakening path was that everything in life is a breakthrough waiting to happen. So what this means that every experience, whether positive or negative, has the potential to lead to personal growth and transformation. So these challenges and obstacles, even setbacks, are opportunities for breakthroughs and new beginnings. So having this perspective, I hope, will encourage you to view things as stepping stones towards understanding, towards resilience, and towards self-discovery. And it's a quote that I have up on my wall. Every now and then I will look at it to see things, from different perspective, or just to remind myself of who I am. And this is what I want to remind you of, that even though it's a journey of transformation, but it's also a journey of remembering who you are. Now, when you go beyond surface level stuff and you dig deep and you give yourself the permission to walk through the doors of awareness, and you look at those shadow aspects of yourself, pay attention to what comes up for you, especially if it's an archetypal pattern, which means a way that we have been in life, a way that we keep acting in life, basically a major pattern that we keep repeating. And by paying attention to it, you finally get a chance to break it. Because when you recognize a pattern, you also get to recognize the wound behind it. Take, for example, the pattern of people pleasing. through meditation and journaling, you may come to realize that it stems from childhood, the need for approval, to be wanted, to be loved, to have a sense of belonging. And this wound gets to be cleared during this time. This archetypal pattern gets to be broken and the wound gets to be cleared. So next time you find yourself in a situation where you might get triggered, or you might suddenly become aware that, oh my God, I'm, going into people pleasing mode. In that moment, call back your energy to yourself, into your heart center, and remind yourself of your sovereignty and to be in your power. And that you don't need to people please or be something else that you're not in order to earn something. You are enough. The love that you hold is within you, the unconditional love. The universe is supporting and guiding you, and this will lead to true fulfillment. Now, I'm going to share another metaphor with you here because I truly do hope that it can help you on your path, because it certainly isn't an easy thing, when you're having to face those shadow aspects of yourself, those deep things that are hidden within your psyche. So I do hope that this can actually also shed a bit more light and for you to understand what it could be like when you have to face your deep wounds or those hidden patterns that are now resurfacing. So I want you to imagine yourself walking through a dark room. Now you might pause for a second to get your bearings. This is you sitting with it. Giving yourself the time to adjust before you engage with the room again. In that moment, you might call divine light, your higher self, to help and guide you. And with that, move forward with confidence, courage, and strength, with a knowing that the universe has you. You then begin to navigate your way around the room, because you are starting to see things in that room for what they are. This could be mess, an old pattern, a habit, a way of being in your life, old wounds. And you do this without any emotional attachment or judgment of self or others, without engaging with the situation or experience. It's how best to integrate what's been coming up for you, embracing the shadows, the darkness, whatever you've been putting off, basically parts of you that you might be afraid to confront, feel, or accept. And the more you enter this portal of darkness, the more you integrate parts of yourself. You access your multidimensional nature, and you will see and feel the ripple effects of this in the way that you are being, in your vibration, in your energy field. And you will see the fact that you're more compassionate with yourself as well as others. And you'll begin to see that shift in your reality, and that's the new beginning. When faced with our shadow selves, all that mess in the drawer, it's not about shutting it away, running off into escapism or, thinking something positive straight away. Because when you do that, you are simply glossing over it. Or you are simply getting a happy smiley sticker and putting it onto the top of it and then forgetting about it. And this really isn't an effective way of dealing with our shadow selves. And I get that sometimes, you're at an event or you're at work or you're at a family gathering, and if something comes up or something triggers you, it's not easy or it's not a safe place for you to deal with that situation or that experience or whatever's come up for you. But at the next available opportunity, give yourself a chance to revisit it, not for the event or the situation, but for yourself. So when you catch yourself or you're able to revisit what came up for you, give yourself the permission to pay attention to what it was. Because when you do that, you're able to do something about it. You're able to shift it. You're able to transmute it. And when you transmute something, you become the master of your own reality. Now, take, for example, an emotion like anger or fear, and you feel this heavy emotion. Allow it to move through you, in that you let go of any thoughts, the ifs and buts about the situation or the person that may have triggered it initially. nor do you need to direct your anger at anything or anyone. Instead, allow yourself to sit with it. You may even wish to call your guides or a higher power to help guide you. You may go into a meditative state where you can access your energy field or visualize it, because that in itself creates ripple effects. Give yourself the opportunity to dig deep and become aware of what needs to be released and healed. And allow that energy to move on, and allow yourself to move on too. Then find a neutral place, and when you are ready, access a vibration that feels good. And it doesn't have to be something complicated, or you can write down some affirmations. Be thankful for this experience and lesson, with a knowing that you are letting go of the old. And see it as an experience that you signed up for, so that consciousness can experience itself and expand. Then move forward, stepping into your power, your inner sovereignty, instead of looking for it outside of you. By doing this, you get to reset the game and emerge as a new you. It's in the darkness that you will find the hidden treasures, because you will have adjusted your perspective, and you will realize that by embracing what you are going through, you are letting go of the old. You are shedding layers of the old self, a layer of consciousness. You are letting go of that stagnant energy that was taking up space in your energy field, that was holding and weighing you down in your subconscious mind. And it's there that you will find this alchemical transformation of the self and all that you're going through. And for some, it may be more intense than others, and that's okay. Just understand that it's highly purposeful for your soul's journey and ascension. But here's the thing that I want you to be aware of, because many people often think that if I allow myself to feel that, then that is what I'm then going to attract back. And I myself used to feel and think the same way as well. When something would come to my awareness, I would just quickly shut it away. And I'd be like, I'm not dealing with that. Or I wouldn't allow myself to feel that heaviness. But it would just find a way to resurface. And it's a bit like that messy drawer in the kitchen. You know, you can go about as your day as normal, doing what you're doing, throwing those parties in the kitchen, cooking and cleaning as normal. But your subconscious mind knows that it's there. Whether you pay attention to it or not, it's there, and it's not going to go anywhere unless you deal with the situation, unless you get into that messy drawer and, energetically speaking, get rid of that old energy, because only by doing that can you allow new energy to flow to you. So if you're wanting to create that external change, it starts from within you. Give yourself the permission to embrace what you're going through and to walk through the portal of darkness. And I want you to remember that all of this is part of you. Just like day and night, you can't have one without the other. It's part of you. Embrace it and accept it. And I also encourage you to, embrace these challenges as opportunities for growth and learning lessons. And the more you do that, the more in tune you become with yourself, in tune with your feelings, thoughts, and actions. And as difficult as it may be, I want you to know that this is the experience that you came here to have, the human experience. Just like this awareness that you've called to yourself, this awakening that you've called to yourself, this inner transformation and shedding layers of the old that you have called to yourself, because you are ready to shift in consciousness. And if you're here listening, then part of you knows this. It knows that there's more to life than what you can just see. And that the more you dig deep into the shadows, into the darkness, the more you strengthen your roots. And then the more you will then grow and expand towards the light. And this is how you then restore that balance at a higher level. So continue working on yourself with compassion for yourself as well as others. And be compassionate towards the emotional response rather than the situation or the experience that resurfaces up for you. I hope you found value in today's video, and I will see you soon. Take care, much love. Namaste.